Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Meagan and I'm inviting you to join me as we pop up all over New York City, finding things to see and do that aren't on the tourist maps, but very cool for the family and very easy on the wallet. All you need is a Metro card and me. I'm Meagan Brower, and this is PopUp New York.
Today on Pop-Up, Meagan is flying high on Broadway with Spider-Man. Find out what these mean-looking dudes do for fun in the BK. And we'll be chilling in Chinatown for under $25. All next on Pop-Up New York.
Before we pop up around the city, I want to drop some PopUp New York history. I was looking for things kids my age could do in the city that would be fun and different, so I decided to start a blog for unique things to do and see. Our webisodes feature all kinds of things you'll want to check out for yourself. Today I found out that Astoria is a great place to shop vintage. From exploring neighborhoods and museums, to meeting cool New Yorkers, and hanging with celebrities. Sort of. Taylor actually donated this dress to the museum for them to put on her wax figure. Today on PopUp New York, we're in the Boogie Down Bronx, home of J-Lo, the Botanical Gardens, and hip-hop. PopUp New York has its own take on the 5 boroughs. Welcome to the Queens Farm Museum. This is the one place you really have to visit when you're in New York City. While most of our segments feature stuff for you to do, I bring our followers on the inside of cool New York City experiences, like being a balloon handler in training for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Grandma hosted an exclusive audience for me at the Big Apple Circus. And the craziest thing I've done so far? Being on the beach, in the snow, and going for a swim with the Coney Island polar bears. Loca! The PopUp New York YouTube channel has close to 20,000 hits. I'm very active on Twitter and Facebook, and the best part is that our fans reach out and let us know about places they want to visit. So join us as we pop up to see what's going down all over the city.
Manja.
Coming up next, I got an interview with Reeve Carney, who plays Peter Parker in Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Ladies, be jealous. See you soon. Today, we're in the heart of 42nd Street, and my spidey senses are tingling, because we're at the entrance of one of Broadway's hottest shows, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. My favorite comic book hero comes alive on stage at the Foxwoods Theater in the heart of 42nd Street. There are bad guys, a lot of Spidey swinging action, and the heartfelt Peter Parker message on the importance of being human. I had the exclusive chance to meet backstage with the actor who turns into Spider-Man 8 times a week, Reeve Carney. How was your audition process for Spider-Man?
Well, it was over the course of about 3 months. I had to, they had to test my strength as well as obviously my singing and my, my acting abilities. But it was odd because it's the first job I ever auditioned for where I actually had to have a strength testing audition. So I had to climb ropes, like using just my arms, which is harder than it sounds, but somehow I was able to pull it off.
How does it feel to soar over the crowd?
It's great. You can see people pretty well when you're flying up there, so it's pretty cool to see the looks on people's faces.
Is that you every time,
Not
soaring
every
over
time.
the crowd?
No? Not every time. A lot of times I'm doing as you see all these costumes in here, I don't know if you can see them, but I'm...
Oh wow, yeah.
I wear all of this stuff in the show, so I'm constantly changing costumes, so a lot of times I'll be doing a costume change and somebody else will be flying. But thankfully a lot of people can't tell. A lot of people think that it's always me. Not that I want the credit, but just to keep the illusion alive is good.
That there's one Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What other superheroes would you ever like to play, beside from Spider-Man?
I mean, I can't imagine another superhero musical being particularly convincing. In terms of, for instance, I love Batman, but I can't imagine him singing. That would be a little bit funny to me. So Peter Parker makes sense because he's a boy. He's still kind of like a boy man. He's not like a full-on man. So the singing thing kind of makes sense.
Are you a native New Yorker?
Well, I grew up here, but I lived in LA for a long time, and I traveled quite a bit. So I've only just moved back here for the show. But I love the fact that you can walk everywhere. I mean, you can get almost anything at any hour of the day. I mean, I sometimes shop at Forever 21 at like 1 o'clock in the morning just because it's open.
Wow.
I found a couple
Good tips.
nice
That's good
little
tips.
things. I have a nice pair of pants that I bought there. That,
So you're in a band, right?
yeah.
Yeah. With your brother, who's
Yep.
in the pit band.
Yeah.
So you guys spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time together. I write most of the music myself, but sometimes we write music together as well.
The cameraman is my brother. We're in a band
Oh, really?
together.
You really are?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you guys have a name for your band?
Island Twins.
Are you guys from the islands?
Staten Island. Staten Island.
Oh, nice.
So now we're on the topic of music. You opened for U2,
Yeah.
right? So
It was pretty
Bono and the
crazy.
Edge.
Yeah, that only one gig, but it was enough to be extremely exciting for us.
So they wrote all the music for the show.
Yeah.
How was it the first time you met Bono?
It was kind of scary. I mean, it was scary singing a song that he and the Edge wrote for them. That was pretty scary. He seemed to like it, so that made it easier.
Are you friends with Bono
Oh, yeah.
now?
Yeah, I mean, Bono invited me to his birthday party. So that
No
was pretty cool.
way.
Yeah, so I did go to his birthday party. And I didn't even know it was his birthday. He just texted me and said, hey, come to this place tonight. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went up and hugged him and said, happy birthday. I mean, he's so nice. But I wouldn't want to take advantage of that, is my point. Like,
Yeah.
he is so open, but it's not like I'm like texting him all the time, being like, hey, man. But he's always been very nice to me
Wow.
whenever I do reach out to him.
A text from Bono. That's
I
crazy.
know, it's pretty cool.
You have a Twitter. I have a Twitter.
Okay,
I had to go through your Twitter just to get a little feel of how you are.
Oh, yeah.
Your fans get to know you by your tweets. You're very open with them.
Maybe, I don't know.
I learned some things about you,
Oh, yeah?
not in a creepy way. Keith
Cool.
Richards makes you happy.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's cool.
You love Betty White's new show,
I love that show.
right?
Yeah.
Is Twitter the best way for your fans to get to know you, do you think?
Well, aside from personal communication, maybe.
Well, it's not
That's
easy to
cool.
get
I don't
personal
think-
communication with you.
I don't think anyone's ever researched as much as you. That's cool.
Not in a weird way.
No, I like that because it makes the interview more interesting for me. Because then, like, I'm not always answering the same. Like, no one ever brings up Keith Richards in an interview with me.
Do you want to meet him now?
I would like to.
Yeah?
meet him. Yeah. that'd be
Imagine
cool.
you could text him and Bono at the same
That'd
time.
be crazy. I
Group
doubt
text.
Keith Richards even has a cell phone.
So, Reeve Carney, everybody. Thank you for being on PopUp New York.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me.
Have a good show tonight.
Thanks.
You too can get front row seats for Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark on Broadway. Jump on the A, C, E, N, R, S, 1, 2, 3, or 7 train and get off at the Times Square stop. Go to the Foxwoods Theater located at 42nd Street between 7th and 8th Avenue. And be sure to download the new Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark free app on iTunes.
Up next, the real New Yorker's Guide to Central Park. And later, check out Chinatown for under $25.
Hi, I'm Meagan Brower for PopUp New York. Today we're in Central Park, one of the most famous attractions in the world. Popes, presidents, and rock stars have made historic appearances here. Tourists and city dwellers alike flock to the Bethesda Fountain, the Carousel, and the Central Park Zoo. But real New Yorkers know where to find the hidden treasures. And now you will too, as we check out Central Park, pop-up style. I really love it here at the Conservatory Garden on 105th Street and 5th Avenue. This garden offers a quiet oasis in the big city. If you like stories like Hansel and Gretel, you'll love to stop by the City Parks Foundation Swedish Cottage Marionette Theater. Buy a ticket and enjoy an old-school puppet show. It's fun for the whole family. As you walk through the park, be sure to eyeball the sculptures. They pop up all over the place. Here are my faves. I love the romance of Romeo and Juliet, the keen eye of the Indian hunter, and the bravery of Balto, the Alaskan dog that saved children by delivering medicine across the frozen tundra. Nice doggy. Stroll through the Shakespeare Garden and find the Whisper Bench, or as it's formally known, the Charles B. Stover Bench. Sit on one side, whisper, and it could be heard on the other side. Let's see if this works. This is my friend Joe and Sound Guy from the Bronx. He's gonna help me out today. You ready, Joe? PopUp New York is swag-tastic.
PopUp New York is swag-tastic.
All right, it works. If you feel up for a challenge, sit down for a game at the Chess and Checker House. Here, you can take on friends, strangers, or brothers. King me, Eric. Or, if you want a more physical game, play some handball, the city's greatest street game. If you're looking for something out of a fairy tale, check out the Belvedere Castle. The castle is featured in the Best Of section on CBSNewYork.com. At 72nd Street in the heart of the park, I love to stroll under the Bethesda Terrace. The tile ceiling is amazing, and the acoustics in here are phenomenal. One of the most historic sites in the park is here. Behold, Cleopatra's Needle. I bet that the Egyptian pharaoh who commissioned this obelisk in 1500 BC never thought it would be here on PopUp New York. Central Park is open 365 days a year. To make sure that you see everything on my pop-up list, download the official Central Park iPhone app. Today on PopUp New York, we'll be checking out the best of Chinatown. Join me as we see it all for just $25. With so much to see and do, how do you plan out a strategy? Right here at the information kiosk on Canal Street. Pick up a map and get information on places to go. It's free. First, I want to gain some knowledge on this neighborhood. I can get schooled here at the Museum of Chinese in America. I learned all about Chinatown, its ancestors, and present-day Chinese Americans. I really love the modern interactive exhibits. Price of admission is only $7. At the end of Canal Street is the Mahayana Buddhist Temple. For a $2 donation, enter and offer a prayer to the 16-foot Buddha inside. This statue is believed to be the largest Buddha in the whole city. After a peaceful contemplation, be sure to look around the temple and admire its colorful decor. Before you leave, be sure to have $1 ready to read your fortune. Probability of success is good. What a bargain! People come from all over the world to enjoy the food in Chinatown. The people who actually live in this neighborhood love this place, the nice Green Bow restaurant. I'm going to order authentic Chinese dumplings. Price of my meal, $4.25. After lunch, I'm ready to get dessert at the Chinatown Ice Cream Factory. There are all kinds of exotic flavors. I picked mocha chip. This tasty find is only $3.29. At the end of your walking tour, you can chill here at Columbus Park. This neighborhood park is a great place to people watch. So let's recap. I took the subway here, explored, and ate. All for under $25. Nice. To visit Chinatown, jump on the B or D train to Grand Street, or take the N, Q, J, or number 6 train to Canal Street.
Next, Meagan revs it up in Brooklyn, and we'll take you to the South Beach of New York City. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Meagan Brower for PopUp New York. We get a lot of emails requesting us to go places, like this one.
Hi, Meagan. My BFF lives in your hometown, Staten Island. I'm going to visit her soon. Where should we go? Michelle from New Jersey.
Thanks, Michelle. And here's my top 5 picks to visit in Staten Island. Staten Island is an actual island with miles of beach on its coastline. This is the South Beach of Staten Island, and yeah, it's really called South Beach. You'll be totally stoked by the sand and surf. And where else can you work on your tan and have this awesome view of the Verrazano Bridge? After all that playing in the sand, check out the Ocean Breeze Fishing Pier. People actually fish here. I love that the boardwalk has a wavy edge to reflect the shoreline. So cool. For some history, check out the Snug Harbor Cultural Center and Botanical Gardens. Originally built as a retirement community for sailors, Snug Harbor is an 83-acre park that celebrates the arts in Staten Island. My favorite part of Snug Harbor? Getting lost in the labyrinth. For me, a visit to Staten Island isn't complete unless you eat here. Nunzio's, the best pizza on the whole island. So cheesy. Love it. My number 1 Staten Island must-see spot is a place I visited many times as a little girl, and it's still as amazing to me now as it was then, the Staten Island Children's Museum. Everything in the museum is hands-on. From manning the fire truck to playing with the oversized games. And be sure to meet Kimba and Soleil. Yeah! You can even buy the birds' artwork in the museum shop. This self-portrait of Kimba looks just like her. To visit Staten Island, take one of the MTA Staten Island Express buses, or just jump on the Staten Island Ferry and enjoy the view.
Today we're revving it up in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Who knew that riding was such a popular sport in New York City? There are over 33,000 registered riders ripping it on the streets of the 5 boroughs. And for urban street riders, it's more than a need for speed. It's a lifestyle. Meet Joshua Martinez, or Silence as he is known by his crew. He's the founder of allfortheride.com, a website where riders log on and find out everything that is going on in the NYC motorcycle scene. From the weather, to bike nights, to meeting sexy calendar girls who love bikes. I want to learn to ride and be a cool biker chick, so I met up with Silence to get some street cred. Oftentimes when people think about riding fast and furious, it's in wide open spaces. So where do you and your friends ride?
Well, there's many places we could go riding, wherever we feel like riding when we get up. I mean, Philly, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New Jersey, Bear Mountain. Wherever we feel like going, we'll go that day.
I heard that you call motorcycling a family activity. Is that true?
Yes, it is. A lot of events that we do, charity runs, bike runs, events, everything that goes on is sort family oriented.
So at allfortheride.com, what are some important things that you want people who log on to know?
Well, pretty much everything that's going on, and one of the biggest things is to keep safe out there. You gotta ride within your means. Don't try to show off. Wear all your gear.
So I'm ready to get geared up. What do I need?
Well, you definitely need your helmet, your gloves, good footwear, a jacket, everything that will keep you safe on the road. Now that you're ready to go from head to toe, I'm gonna leave you in good hands with Steve, one of the great instructors from the Motorcycle Safety School. I'll see you after your lesson.
Thanks. Ride safe.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for meeting with me today.
Sure. You ready to learn how to ride a motorcycle properly and
Yeah.
safely?
I am, but tell me, why do I have to go to school?
Well, let me ask you, would you buy an airplane and try to learn how to fly it by yourself?
Probably not.
Okay, then you wouldn't want to get on one of these bad boys and try to ride it by yourself without lessons.
What do I need to know before even stepping into your school doors?
Well, can you ride a bicycle?
Yes, I can.
There you go. That's a start. Do you have a learner's permit?
For a motorcycle?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Oh, you need to get one of those first.
So how do you go about doing that?
You'd go to DMV, and it's a written test, 25 questions. And pass that and come back and see me.
So what kind of things do I learn at your school?
Well, you'd learn how to properly control your motorcycle, clutch control, balance, how to look where you want to go, leading the motorcycle with your eyes. Very important.
All right, let's get started. With a promise that I'll get my motorcycle permit, Steve gave our pop-up cameras a sneak peek of what a first motorcycle lesson is like. Ignition.
Good.
I learned the most basic aspects of the bike, from turning the bike on, to the clutch, to the throttle.
Well done.
Started a bike.
And what do you want to do now? Wheelies? Okay, Megan, you're on your way. That's your first lesson, but there's plenty more to learn. So we'll see you back at the Motorcycle Safety School.
All right, thanks, Steve. If you want to learn to bike safely in the big city, visit the Motorcycle Safety School at 809 Metropolitan Avenue in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Catch the L train to Graham Avenue and walk 2 blocks to Bushwick and Metropolitan. For more information, log on to www.ridemss.com. Be sure to log on to allfortheride.com for all the latest info on motorcycle events and happenings in the NYC. I had a great day today in Brooklyn. Don't forget to log on to PopUpNewYork.com. See you later!